Most of us think intelligence is about IQ, how smart you are, how quickly you can analyze information, or how technically competent you are. But over and over again, what actually separates effective leaders from ineffective ones isn't IQ, it's emotional intelligence, or EQ. Our team has seen this play out across industries and roles. Two people can be equally bright, equally experienced, and yet one consistently builds trust, navigates tough moments well, and brings people with them, while the other struggles. That difference is emotional intelligence. Daniel Goleman, a psychologist whose work reframed how we think about intelligence and leadership, defines emotional intelligence this way: the capacity for recognizing our own feelings and those of others, for motivating ourselves, and for managing emotions well in ourselves and in our relationships. In plain English, emotional intelligence is about four things: reading yourself, managing yourself, reading the room, managing the room. And when those skills are missing, it shows, sometimes painfully so. Goleman organizes emotional intelligence into four core domains. First, self-awareness. Do I recognize what I'm feeling, and do I understand how I'm coming across to others? Second, self-management. Once I'm aware, can I regulate my emotions, especially under pressure? Third, social awareness. Can I accurately read other people, their emotions, concerns, what's really happening in the room? And fourth, relationship management. Can I use that awareness to build trust, influence positively, manage conflict, and develop others? When you boil it all down, emotionally intelligent people can read and manage both themselves and their relationships, even in high stakes or uncomfortable moments. Research consistently shows that higher levels of emotional intelligence are linked to things like putting people at ease, building and repairing relationships, managing change, handling conflict well, and ultimately, stronger leadership effectiveness. In other words, EQ shows up where leadership gets tested. The good news is this: unlike IQ, emotional intelligence can be developed. Hiring a skilled executive coach probably affords you the most effective path towards building EQ. But if that's not an option at the moment, here are three practical starting points. First, increase self-awareness. Ask better questions, not just of yourself, but of others. What can I do to make your job easier? How do I come across when things get stressful? Second, practice small behavioral experiments. Don't try to overhaul your personality. Pick one skill, like listening more carefully, slowing your response, or checking assumptions, and practice it deliberately. And third, invite feedback that you don't fully control. Real growth happens when we're willing to hear things that challenge our self-image and stay curious instead of defensive. Emotional intelligence isn't about being soft, it's about being effective with yourself and with others. And the leaders who develop it don't just perform better, they make it easier for everyone around them to do their best work.